Hi, this is Don Thompson again, your local real estate expert advisor. Welcome back to our home buying video series. So let's recap. You've been pre-approved, found a house, and negotiated a deal. Things are really getting going now, and for a short time, you're going to be moving on three different fronts. One, you'll need to sign the purchase agreement and deliver the deposit. Two, you'll schedule and do your inspections. And three, you have to formalize the loan application. So let's discuss signing the purchase and sales agreement, also known as the P&S or the purchase agreement. This document should be reviewed by your attorney before you sign it. He or she will want to make sure that there are certain clauses included that protect your interest. The seller will also have their attorney look at the agreement. Just so you're aware, your attorney, if he or she is processing the mortgage documents, is also the bank's attorney, and at the closing, they'll be representing the bank. Sometimes there are actually two attorneys on the buyer's side, one for the buyer and one for the bank. However, locally, the attorneys will represent you regarding things that deal with the seller, and make no mistake about it, when you're dealing with the bank, they are working for them and looking out for their interests. But when you think about it, there are actually two transactions happening at the closing. One, the seller is transferring the property to you, and the second, if you are getting a mortgage, the bank is lending you tens of thousands of dollars and using that property as collateral. For the first part, you and the bank have basically the same interest. You are getting the property in marketable condition, free and clear of any liens. And the bank wants the same thing because it's their collateral. The second transaction is between you and the bank, and this process is highly regulated. You're going to see the government's initial on many of the forms, HUD, RESPA, and the main thing you want to be sure is that you're paying the interest rate you were quoted. And because of the regulations today, the fees that you're charged, we're going to have to be pretty close to what they quoted you. But I digress. So now, you got the contracts reviewed by both attorneys and they've agreed to the language. Typically, you as the buyer will sign first and give up your earnest money, your deposit. Then the sellers will sign. Now it's critical to get these documents signed by all parties as quickly as possible. This is the formal agreement between you and the seller. Until you have it signed, you may not have what is referred to as an enforceable contract. So everyone should be working to get it signed as soon as possible. So now you've signed the contracts, you want to schedule your inspections, let your loan officer know that you got a deal. Now, inspections are a very important step in the home buying process, and I'll be covering them in my next video. Meanwhile, if you have any questions about anything where I might be able to help you, please do not hesitate to contact me by calling or texting 413-221-9981 or hit reply to this email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks again, and have a great day.